American Aquarium from Raleigh, North Carolina. We've been doing this shit for 15 years now.
Yeah.
My father refers to what I do for a living as a hobby. My brother's been selling cars about as long as me doing this, and my dad calls that a job. And every year around Thanksgiving and Christmas, me and my father have a spirited conversation about the difference between a job and a hobby. And it always starts off the same way. He looks at me and he says, "Let me get this straight." And friends, I'm here today to tell you, if your father ever starts off a conversation with "let me get this straight," he's about to say something so wildly offensive about what you do for a living. Or at least that's my experience with those words. He always says, "Let me get this straight. People pay money to listen to you bitch about your problems." Well, yes, sir. When you put it that way, nuts and bolts of it, that's exactly what I do for a living. He said, "I don't get it. I lived with you for 18 years, and you never once said anything I'd pay you to repeat." And that's usually the awkward moment of the conversation where I give him a hug, I tell him I love him, I'll see him next Thanksgiving. But Father's Day 2018, I decided I had enough. I decided to draw my line in the sand. I was tired of being belittled at family get-together, so I knew I had to do something. And it couldn't be a small gesture, it had to be big. It had to get his attention. Give you a little backstory on the bar on family traditions at Father's Day. Me and my brother, every year since we were 18, get my dad the same exact thing. We get him a $50 gift card to Lowe's Hardware. And that may not seem like a lot, but when you put two of those together, that's $100 to Lowe's Hardware. And my dad tucks it away in the same drawers, the soy sauce, the plastic cutlery, and every time he needs a power saw or a mattock or something, he goes and he digs it out and he thinks back fondly about how much his sons love him on this one day of the year. So I told my brother we were going to do this one thing, but I pivoted and did something completely different. I knew it had to be big, so I got my father the one thing he has always wanted, but never splurged on himself and bought. My dad's always wanted one of them stand-up lawnmowers. You know what I'm talking about. The Toro lawn tractor. Zero turn. It looks like you're doing a fucking elliptical workout across your front yard. And I decided that after 66 years of busting his ass, my father would get that lawnmower. My father would never again mow grass sitting down like a peasant. If anyone deserved to stand high above his neighbors and look down on them in judgment while he manicured his lawn, it was my father. And so I bought it for him, and I sat back and patiently waited for my time in the sun. Father's Day rolls around, we're all sitting around the table. I feel pretty good. I feel like I've outdone my brother this year, and my brother thinks he's the golden child still, so we're sitting there, and my brother goes first and pulls out this little white envelope, slides it slyly across the table. "Dad, happy Father's Day." Opens it up, sure as shit, $50 gift card, Lowe's Hardware. The smell of victory is in the air. But then all of a sudden, wild card! My mom pulls out an envelope. Oh no, I had not planned on this. She slides it across the table. My dad opens it up, $50 gift card, Lowe's Hardware. I'm feeling pretty good at this point. So I'm sitting there, empty-handed. My dad looks at me and said, "PJ, did you get me a gift card this year?" I said, "No, sir, I did not." And about that time, the doorbell rings. And my dad is puzzled. My dad has no idea who's ringing the doorbell. Sunday, Father's Day at 11:30 in the morning. So he gets up, walks over, and he opens the door, and there standing before him is a strapping young 18, 19-year-old boy who just looks my father square in the face and says, "Did somebody order a lawnmower?" And the way he said it was sexy. It was downright sensual, this man's delivery. It was like one of those stripper telegrams. The only thing missing was a tiny little boombox playing "Girls, Girls, Girls." And my dad at this point was not in on the joke yet. My dad did not understand that one of his sons had the capacity to show this much love and kindness on a national holiday. So he just looked at that kid and said, "No, nobody ordered a lawnmower." So I had to chirp up from the back. I said, "Dad, maybe you should check the invoice. Maybe your name's on it. Maybe one of your sons, maybe your oldest son is trying to prove a valuable fucking lesson this Father's Day. So my dad rescans the invoice and he sees his name. And friends, I'm telling you, I haven't seen my father this excited in a very long time. Childlike jubilation spread across that man's face. And like I mentioned earlier, he was 66 years old. He took off in a dead sprint across the front yard, backed the damn thing off the trailer himself, and for 30 minutes just cut circles in the front yard. And the reason I tell this long-winded story every night is because that day, Father's Day, 2018, I learned one of the most valuable lessons of my entire adult life. I learned that money cannot buy you happiness, but money can buy your father's love and respect. And this is a song about earning it the hard way. This song called The Losing Side of 25.
All my friends are growing up, changing girls' last names. Yeah, I'm still finding my way, rolling down that highway, playing a much younger man's game. Every night we're drinking in dive bars and dance halls, and they're all at that age where they're all having babies and picking out the nursery color wall. They all ask me how I'm doing. I just smile and realize that although it was kind of me, my youth is all behind me. Now I'm on the losing side, the losing side of 25. Yes, my mom and dad did the best they could to raise me the right way, but I leaned more to the wrong and started writing songs, thinking I had something to say. So every week at the food line, all the other parents boast that their kids graduating and getting higher educations in the big city jobs that they show. My parents ask me how I'm doing. I hang my head and close my eyes. They say don't throw your life away, go and get a job that pays to love you, but know that you tried. That losing side of 25. Yes, I might never have a mansion, might never own me a home, but I got a couple songs, some boys that I call friends, and a pretty girl that I could call my own. Yes, I might never be a millionaire, that's alright by me, 'cause I've done the things I wanted to, and said the things I needed to, and seen the things I wanted to see. So they all ask me how I'm doing. I just smile and realize that there are different roads to happiness. I took a different path, I guess, came out on the other side just fine. That losing side of 25. Yes, there are different roads to happiness. I took a different path, I guess, came out on the other side just fine. That losing side of 25.